How's it going, folks? Nick with Foreclosure Finder. We're back with another walkthrough of the week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. New videos every Saturday morning. And for any information on these properties, looking to connect in real estate in general, or looking to sell for 1% in the New England area, go ahead and drop us a line via the links in the video description. All right, we are out here today in Oxford, Connecticut. Not one of mine, another brokerage here. I'll link them in the description. Walking through this one for an investor. I was out in the area, so just taking a look at the pictures. This place looks pretty cool. Figured to make a pretty sweet video as well. Come kick the tires on the place. We'll do a walk around the outside. I haven't gone inside yet. I figured we'd do it live because the pictures, it looks interesting. You know, with all the stonework here. So I guess just a little background. Well, I'm going to back up a little bit so we can walk in and try to get the whole vibe here. 3 beds, 2 baths. 2,400 square feet, shade over 2 acres. Here it looks like, you know, it goes up to the roadway and a little bit up into the back and the side here. 1933 year built. This place is a vibe for sure. First thing, you know, just pulling up the driveway here, nice long driveway up to the street, and it looks like it actually peels up to the garage side there as well. But just coming in, tons of stonework, and again, just kind of the aesthetic here. More than likely, I'm assuming they sourced the stone from the site. I mean, you can see some of these larger formations here. There's some down at the bottom in this little valley as well, so maybe thinking they sourced it from the site, because this would be a lot of stone to bring in, at least for back in the day. But we'll kind of come in. So we parked in the driveway. Coming in, again, just tons of stonework here. I really like this from an aesthetic standpoint, you know, king of the castle type stuff. But walking into like your entry courtyard effectively, you know, just again, tons of stonework. You know, obviously seen better days. Gonna need a little deferred, you know, a little work, some deferred maintenance, right? You don't want to see daylight coming through there, but for geez, what, almost 100 years old, getting there. I think this is in pretty good shape. Again, just the stonework kind of being where it is. Looks like they had a bonfire pit up here, little circular patio. Take a quick look, see what we got down here for some woods. We have had some rain, so it's a little wet out today. But yeah, I mean, well, there's a little like stone shed down there as well. Okay, but yeah, pretty private in terms of neighbors. Can see a house peeking through over here a little bit. All right, cool. But yeah, again, some of the stonework on the outside probably going to need some work, but again, deferred maintenance. You guys already know. Even down here as well, I'm seeing some of the stone retaining walls. But yeah, I mean, just kind of the aesthetic of it. Just we'll give a quick look on the outside. Just the stone, you know, everything on the outside is stone. They got the brown trim, even got the brick walkways up to the front here. I guess the entry doors into this side here, so we'll walk around. So I guess we'll kind of come into this entry just to see what's going on. Again, some of the crosshatch brickwork, and yeah, I mean, you can even see. So this was probably all sourced locally. This is just a big piece of stone they built on top of. But again, kind of adds that whole vibe here. Definitely feel like I'm in a medieval times with the castle feel. So again, I'm just gonna walk up here just to see what's going on. Again, we're not gonna go in this door, we'll walk around, but just take some look. Again, just some of the motif and aesthetic. You got the arched door. We're gonna see a few more of those. Roof, you know, looks like it has some moss growth, but overall doesn't look too bad. I don't think we've gotten this like up close to a roof here. I could probably hop up here if I really wanted to. Maybe a little flashing stuff here. Okay, and it looks like they got some slate up there too. So they're definitely trying to keep the stone motif. This is sweet. I haven't been in a property like this before. I've seen them listed. They're not very rare, or not very common, at least in my area of the country, in terms of like, you know, pure stone buildings. But this is pretty sweet. All right, so let's continue the walk around. Coming on the side here, looks like we got a little side patio. Again, just more stonework. I really like this. Again, you know, needs a little cleanup, little maintenance, but there's some I really like the aesthetic here with the stone. Little moss growth on this side. Roof looks like it's relatively newer though, just from the color. You know, it's not like discolored or weathered as much. Maybe missing a few stones here. Even this like guardrail, it looks like it's you know, it doesn't look like it was machined. It was, you know, it was like banged out by the blacksmith himself. So again, just we're gonna see some of that motif and aesthetic here. Take a look, another entry door, a few entry doors at this place. Again, 2,400 square feet. Got a little balcony up here, I think off one of the bedrooms based on the pictures. Missing a handrail up there too. But again, deferred maintenance, not out of the ordinary. Just a lot of stonework. That's kind of the issue. Stonework's not the cheapest thing to deal with. And then again, you know, just with the amount of stone, you got to actually want it here too. But again, they even got it like perimetered out, kind of making a little, you know, plot around the property. Even going down here, some stone walls. Okay, let's take a look here. Again, oh, I didn't notice this the first time when I walked around. Let's take a look at this. So we got some archways under here. Anything cool? Just some more of the so yeah, just the rest of the building. But this is pretty sweet. I didn't get this angle when I walked around the first time. Always like to walk around just to know what I'm getting into, at least from the outside. But this is pretty sweet. Okay, maybe just like some additional storage or something underneath there. But just again, kind of the look and the style of it. Very cool. Okay, let's go ahead and step up here. All right, so let's continue the walk around. So again, kind of continuing with the stone pathways. I think when we take the right here, we'll see a bit more of it. Yeah, so a bit of a backyard here as well. Again, looks like the acreage going back into the side here. Okay, not too bad. So it is pretty private. And then I'm just gonna take a step into the backyard here. Oh yeah, look at all this. So tons of stone here. Yeah, so they probably sourced it locally, you know, right on site. Why not? Okay, yeah, you see them all back there, all up here. So that's pretty cool. Let's take a look at the side. Where's the front door? Front door is on this side, so I guess it's the side of the house. It almost looks like it's kind of partitioned off, but this all had to have been built at the same time, I imagine. Again, roof looks pretty good on this side. A little staining here down with the water and the weather, but nothing too crazy. You know, quick power wash, take care of that. Again, just some more stonework, tons of stonework here. This is cool. Definitely a vibe for sure, like I said. And then we're walking up our stone path here. Another stone like patio landing area, little courtyard. You know, I got the entry door here to one of the lower levels, so this is pretty cool. Okay. Wow. Again, I'm just trying to take it in. It's a lot of stone here. But again, I like it. And you see it, you know, we're going to be walking up through this archway here. This is pretty sweet. This is cool. Okay. So yeah, it looks like we got a little, I guess we'll wait for the arch. We'll go up here. So a little outbuilding. This looks like it's probably going to need to be replaced though. Looks like it's seen better days. All right. Anything interesting in here? Nope. Just a shed. All right. Let's come back a little bit here. All right. So they got a runoff for the rain for the arch. That helps a bit. And then we'll come right back on through. Sweet. Okay. This is very cool. And then up to the this is like the top part of the driveway where the garage is. So looks like we got some new construction there. So it might be getting some new neighbors, it looks like. But again, you know, once these still early in the spring season, once these grow in, I'm sure it'll provide some coverage, maybe even some more legacy stuff up there. We'll take a look at that real quick. And then you have your two-car garage side. So again, not bad. This is an interesting home for sure. I'm not sure what it says on the top of the garage here. If we got anybody that can translate, let me know. I'm just gonna pop up here real quick. We'll take a look at this stuff because it does look like it belongs to this side of the property. So maybe they were just trying to build a castle here in some capacity. See some arches. See your Rook's Tower, and this looks like a stone bench with a maybe a desktop up there. Interesting. Maybe sit out here, read a book, have a coffee. That'd be pretty cool. All right, so yeah, interesting one. You know, we're about what, almost 9 minutes into the video. We haven't even walked inside yet. So very interesting lot, very interesting house. Again, I'm really digging the aesthetic here. Yeah, not sure what looks like it's what, the Greek. I see some of the Greek letters. Reminds me of my college days. If anybody knows what that means, go ahead and leave a comment, educate me a little bit. All right, and again, just coming in, so like this is the main entryway. Just coming in a bit, kind of closes off to connect back, but if we take a peek, you know, that just loops us back to that front courtyard that we checked out at the beginning of the video. But even here, you know, you got the timbers holding up, providing that aesthetic. Just really kind of feels like, you know, it's part of nature here. Okay, let's do this. I don't believe power's on in here based on the listing remarks, so we are going to need the light. Like I said, haven't walked through it yet, so let's see what we're getting into. Okay. All right, so come on in. Looks like we have some decisions to make. Which way do we want to go? Let's, I guess let's start with this left room. Kind of just looks like a bonus room, office, front room here. Again, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, so we'll try to find those, but no closet in here. So just like a front room, maybe use this as an office space. Good ceiling height here. Okay. And then yeah, just looking out to the to that front entry. Okay. Cool. All right. I guess, do I want to cross over into this? Okay, this one here. So maybe like a little family room, living room area. Okay, got the carrying the stone over here into the fireplace as well. Ooh, check out these inlays. Wow, that's pretty nice. That looks like it's actually carved out, like it's not a like it wasn't, you know, part of that. That's pretty sweet. Got some craftsmanship there. And again, just kind of adding to that whole motif and aesthetic here. Same thing here. That's pretty cool. Pretty good at it, whoever did it. Haven't seen something like that in quite a long time. Maybe we'll see some more of that. More of this. Is that a lit cigar? Nope, that is a Nerf dart. Okay, I thought there was a lit cigar in there. Looks like the kids might have some Nerf darts hanging around. Okay. But again, good sized room. Definitely get, you know, couch in here, whatever you want to do. Just having that full fireplace too, matching the stone on the outside. I have to imagine that's from the site. All right. So it looks like the garage is that way, but then there's a whole nother area. Let's go this way. Why not? And then, oh, okay. Well, here's our basement access. So let's do this. Let's wrap around here first. We'll pop into the basement. This is that front archway door. Looks like we have our first bathroom. All right, let's take a look in here. A little tight with the headroom, but I guess it's over the toilet, so typically you're not going to be standing too much in here. Let me see if I can. All right, it's a little tight for 6 feet. All right, then we got a full shower in here as well. All right, a little deferred maintenance, but again, we've seen worse. An enclosed shower. All right, so it's a little. I mean, it's a little tight, but it's a full bath in here. Again, you're playing into some of these angles. That's just going to be part of it here. And okay, there's a more basement or another lower level. All right, let's pop into this room. This was the balcony room. So this is pretty sweet. You got the ceilings here, giving you a nice triangle up to the top. Give you an interesting look as you walk in. This was that balcony. We're not going to go out there though, just because I don't want to open this door, step out there. It didn't look too great, but we can at least, you know, have a balcony off this room a bit. So we got matching closets and then a little built-in on the side here too. I mean, even like the doors and stuff kind of, you know, vibe and match everything. So they at least had a vision here, and yeah, just some more storage. Okay, nice big windows too. I mean, windows look like they're in decent shape. You know, I'm not feeling too like any air drafts or anything. You know, that's just for this room. We'll see what the rest of the place may have. Again, just some more of that dark wood, kind of getting that castle vibe. I guess let's go downstairs, see what's going on here. Okay. Oh, we got the kitchen down here? Interesting. Okay, let's take a look. I guess we're in the kitchen. Oh, okay, that room looks cool. That's the one I saw in the listing pictures. All right, we'll go in there in a second. But yeah, it looks like, all right, so the kitchen on the, I mean, I guess it is ground level. This isn't necessarily the basement. We're not underground just yet. You know, just looking back out. That was that little side area here. Kitchen, I mean, compared to the rest of the place, it's a little, what's the word I want to use? Maybe not lackluster, but I was expecting to kind of see that motif and aesthetic carried in over here. But, you know, we kind of just got the standard countertop and cabinets here. So maybe a little bit more of a modern update, but we even got the beams going across the ceiling, so still getting some of that vibe. You got your nice stone wall on this side, which is pretty cool. Okay, bringing that some of the inside. That's an entry door right here. And then here we have the stone floor room. This was the one I saw on the listing where I was like, oh, this place would be cool. So just a nice big, like great room here. But the floor looks like it is some of that stone from the outside, or that was used with the rest of the property here. Now again, you know, it's a little, obviously it's not going to be flat, so it might take a specific buyer that wants something like this. But again, just in terms of the the looks and the motif here. Like there's just the whole vibe is, you know, they've been carrying it consistently, at least, maybe other than the kitchen, but yeah. And this is where you can maybe tell kind of how old it is, where they have like the two next to each other. They might have used one for cooking and one for heat. Almost curious, like if this stairwell might have been in use at some point. It looks like it might have been. Like maybe the stairs started here and then wrapped around and went up. Interesting. Always fun to come here and try to figure out maybe what the story would be. But yeah, great big fireplace, and even yeah, some more of the inlay here on the mantle. Looks like some of that same stuff we saw. Again, I mean, what's that? That looks like Latin to me. Take any? It's been a while since I spoke a second language. I took Italian in high school, but other than that, it's pretty much English. Okay, cool. Very nice. This is a sweet property. All right, let's see what else we got down here. So, walking into, is this another living area? It looks like. All right, so this one a little bit more modernized. We got some tile and carpet, some drywall. But you know, we'll walk to the other side here. Nice high ceilings, vaulted ceilings in here. Just take a look at the height in here. Okay, another exposed beam there. And then yeah, you can still see some of the stone coming through the other side. So, okay. These have the same windows, so this maybe might have been a more recent update. That's one of the doors to the outside. Again, a lot of access doors here. So this looks like it might be the actual basement. We're gonna go down another level here. What do we got down here? All right, little wet, but again, we have been getting some rain the past few days, and so that's not necessarily, you know, I'm not surprised to necessarily see it. And I know the power's off, so the sump's probably not working. Again, same thing here though. Another fireplace with a step. If anybody has any idea what the steps are next to the fireplace, definitely let me know. I have not seen something like this in my tenure, because now it even looks like maybe there might have been stairs going up to here. Interesting. Okay, we are in well and septic out here. Looks like we got a oil fired boiler as well, because again, it looks like we have baseboard and then maybe some crawl space under here. Okay. No need to go in there. Sure. All right, interesting. So like a whole nother, I guess, yeah, basement mechanical room, I guess. There's no other way to get up here or down here. Okay. Wonder if there's another like egress in here to the basement. Be curious. I don't think so though, because if we're just under this one, and that was that rock path. Okay. Again, it's a little bit of a labyrinth now that we're walking through it. That's why I wanted to do this one live. Just to, oh, and here's a bathroom. That's why we're gonna check all the doors. So here's your second full bath. Again, a bit more, you know, just coming from one of the rooms to here, it's a bit more modernized. You wouldn't know you're in a castle necessarily in this bedroom. Same windows. This one looks a little worse for wear. But again, not too bad. You know, updated, salvageable. I mean, the tile's in pretty good shape. Even the floor, not too bad. A little crack there, but okay. So full bath down here with the kitchen and living space. Very interesting. Okay, that was an exterior door, so I think that is it for down here. But there was a whole nother half of the house we got to go through too, because this is going to bring us back up. Yeah, so this is our entry. That's where we came in. So, okay. Oh, here's another. Missed it on the way in. So, hey, we're definitely good at whittling, right? I think that's the phrase. They whittle the wood. You know, they make spoons or little animals out of it. Okay. So there was like another lower entry here. Let's go see what's going on here. Let's see if this is like another part of the base. Oh, maybe this is the other side. I think this is the other side. Another mechanical room. Yeah, I think this is the other side. I can see some daylight coming through, and this looks like where that like stone stairwell next to the fireplace was leading. And here we got the furnace. So it looks like we got a furnace and a boiler with the baseboard and the forced air, the warm air heat. Okay. This side's pretty dry. No moisture down here. Looks like we got some steps to nowhere. A few of those in this place. Okay, interesting. I wonder if there was a fireplace on this side, because I think, yeah, so if I open this door, this should bring us right out to that courtyard, right? Yeah, okay. Now I'm starting to put it together. A little confused on where I was. All right, cool. Interesting. It's an interesting one, that's for sure. Let's make sure we lock that up. Okay. So let's get out of here. So it looks like, all right, so it looks like we did the basement. Yeah, that looks like the other side based on what I can see. So it doesn't connect, but it's like kind of connects. This is where we came in. We did that room, we did this front room. So now, looks like we got the garage over here. Let's take a look. Ooh, okay, big garage. Plenty of room in here for activities. Vaulted ceilings. The drywall up there looks like it might be newer, just kind of compared to everything else. Take a look here. All right, yeah, plenty of room, even a little like push back here if you want to maybe put a little workshop table or something, or maybe some additional storage here. Yeah, cool. Okay. I mean, yeah, it's a garage. Oil tanks in here. Looks like it's in good shape. No rust or anything. Looks like it's newer, just from the color and the kind of the condition of it. So maybe that was moved or replaced at some point. Okay. Maybe some legacy holes there from something that might have been holding it up. Maybe, oh, maybe you know what it is? Yeah. Maybe there was added like a, you can see that there's flooring here, right? So maybe at one point this spanned the whole length, and these are probably where they used to be. Okay, interesting. How many times am I gonna say interesting in this video? Over, under 30. All right, so we're gonna come up to these, these stairs. Okay, where are we going now? So we have a little closet here. Okay, so here's another bedroom. So this one, you're kind of like walking in almost in like a hallway. Get the light up here. Again, 6 feet, I'm clearing it with really no issue. Okay. I mean, this is kind of be expected with some of the roof lines we saw on the outside. Again, kind of an interesting layout and setup here. Love the arched doorway. I think that fits this house for sure. And then, can we get anything back here? Take a look at the roof. Okay, so we're above here. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. And then it looks like we're going into another bedroom here. Oh, here's a half bath. All right, so maybe we'll look at the public record. A little half bath. I am noticing no door on this, but they do have the archway door, so maybe they had bifolds here or something. You know, just a water closet, nothing too crazy, right? And then it looks like maybe another bedroom here, and then maybe using this as the closet. Okay, so maybe you just have to distinguish which bedroom is which bedroom, or which are the actual bedrooms. And again, some of that roof line in here. It's a little tight. You know, we've had some capes and stuff on the channel before. Like going to the left here, you're fine, but it is a little tighter to the right side. But again, I feel like if you're occupying this part of the house, you're probably getting both sides here. So I guess when you're combining the two, you are getting the additional space. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. Very, very interesting. Is that it now? Let's see. It might be. So that was the garage, no access to the garage. That took us up. This is just a closet under the stairs, so nowhere to go from there. We're coming back to where we came in. That was this door. This is a closet. Yeah, okay, I think that is it. All right. Wow, okay, so a little bit of a maze today, but I think it was worth it. This one's very cool. I mean, if I was at a different point in my life, different stage in my life, I would definitely be interested in something like this, just from the pure you know, exterior look. This place is pretty sweet. Okay, I think that's gonna wrap it up for today. I appreciate you guys sticking around for another walkthrough of the week. Again, for any information on these properties, looking to connect in general, or looking to sell for 1% in the New England area, go ahead and drop us a line via the links in the video description. Nick signing off till next time. See ya.